Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Now this sounds really crazy, but have you ever heard a Christian say that quantum physics shows that Jesus can be God? Well, it turns out that one Christian actually said this. We're going to see whether quantum physics really says this, but first of all, let's listen to the point that this Christian makes. Now, don't worry, I'm not a geek. I'm not going to speak in technical terms. I'm just going to speak in layman terms.
You're telling me that God actually became a man? Whoa. Jesus wasn't half God, half man. He was fully God and fully human at the same time. Whoa. This mirrors wave-particle duality in physics, where both light is both a wave and a particle at the same time. Wait a minute. Light is both a wave and a particle at the same time? If nature itself holds mysteries beyond our logic, why wouldn't God's greatest act of love be something beyond our reasoning?
Okay, so look, he says that it's a paradox that Jesus is both an imperfect man and a perfect God. And he says we should not reject this paradox because we see a paradox in physics where light behaves as both a wave and a particle. Because the properties of a wave are very different to the properties of a particle. I mean, to put this into perspective, describing light as both a wave and a particle is like describing a shape which is a square but is also a round circle, apparently at least. So if a paradox is possible in physics, then why should a paradox not be possible when it comes to Christian doctrine? So this is the point that this Christian makes. Okay, now here's my rebuttal. This reference to science is actually very misleading because actually there is no paradox in physics, because actually light does not behave as both a wave and a particle at the very same time. What science really says is that sometimes light behaves as a wave and sometimes it behaves as a particle, but it does not behave as both at the same time, and that's the take-home message. Just like a shape can sometimes be a circle and sometimes be a square, because an object can change from one shape to the other, but it cannot take both shapes at the same time. Therefore, there is no paradox in physics with regards to light, and therefore it cannot be argued that the paradox of Jesus being both an imperfect man and a perfect God can work. You see, science is actually predicated on the laws of logic. It has to follow the laws of logic. And one of them is the law of non-contradiction, which means that something cannot be and not be at the same time. So, for example, we don't say that there is day and night both at the same time and at the same place, because we know how the alternation of day and night works. In science, we know that if one side of the earth is facing the sun, that side of the earth has day, whereas the other side of the earth has night. Yeah. Also, when we talk about gravity, we don't describe gravity as a force that both attracts and repels an object at the same time. Okay, it's only ever an attractive force. So we don't say absurd things in science that would violate the law of non-contradiction. So why then should quantum physics be an exception? Why is it that when we describe light, should the description violate the law of non-contradiction? So this is actually a big misrepresentation of physics to say that light is both a wave and a particle at the same time. So that's all I wanted to say, really. People can misrepresent and manipulate quantum physics to justify Christianity, and they can also do this to justify atheism as well, but that's a different subject for another time. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed watching. In conclusion, quantum physics does not justify Christianity. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please share it. Please comment below. Consider subscribing. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.